Amateur radios can play a very big role during emergencies or just for communication in general. And this is World Amateur Radio Day. And this is a big day because worldwide groups are celebrating almost 100 years of amateur radios. And now joining us are Jack and Jim with the Central Mississippi Amateur Radio Association. So this is so exciting because, I mean, this has been around for a long time, almost a century.
125 years. Ham radio's been around that long.
Yeah. Yep. So this is World Amateur Radio Day. So what does that mean exactly?
Well, back in 1925, this group was formed, and that's what they were celebrating, is their formation in 1925. Well, next year, they'll be 100 years old.
Well, a big celebration then.
Oh, yeah. It'll turn into a big one then, yeah.
Well, what kind of role do amateur radios play? Because I know they can do a lot.
Do a lot. It's fun. It's a fun, interesting hobby. And it also provides, well, like we have a complete ham radio station at the Rankin County EOC.
Yes.
And how does that operate?
We volunteer with the Rankin County EOC to support them if they need us as a backup. We have the radios that they supply, and we can do VHF, UHF, and HF radio voice from there. And all they have to do is call, and we'll have operators show up and back them up with their communications. Sooner or later, power and the internet and cell service will go down.
Yeah.
We learned that from Katrina. So after Katrina, I started getting into this a little bit more, and I've learned a whole lot about it. And there's a place for amateur radio besides being a hobby, but it is a lot of fun.
Well, we have some right here. Can you give us a little bit of a demonstration about
what this one here covers UHF and VHF, two different ham frequencies.
Okay.
This one here covers all of that, plus it also does digital work.
All right, let me set this back down so we can get a good look at it
there
right
we go,
there. Yeah, we want everybody to make sure they can see it.
This is something right here. We can throw that in a bag and we're on the air. All it needs to be is attached to a battery and we're on the air. So don't have to worry about the internet or anything like that, or plugging it in the wall. The power can be dead and we're still on the air.
Amazing.
Yeah.
This antenna is a mag mount, which actually
can
go on the roof of your car.
Oh, okay.
And this is a mobile radio, so if you mount that in your car, or you can just set it on the floor actually. Use that antenna connected to the car battery, you're good to go.
Yeah.
You can talk line of sight, which is, depending on if you have repeaters in the area, is 30, 40 miles. Without repeaters in the terrain we have here, 3, 4, 5 miles.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this one here.
Yeah, that's this is an HF radio, which is
called high frequency.
High frequency. It allows you to talk locally some, but you can talk around the world with this radio. I mean, it covers 1.2 megahertz through 50 megahertz frequencies. Those are the ham bands, and with the proper antenna or multi-band antenna, and I like to make my own antennas.
Oh, is that hard to do? Make your own
antenna?
Oh, it takes a little practice and
it does,
a little research, but YouTube is your friend.
If you have the internet.
If you have internet.
Yeah, learn beforehand, before emergencies strike.
This, I mean, it costs a little bit to get into amateur radio, but you can get into it. This radio in particular is less than $30.
Oh, and we can buy it locally?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Amazon.
Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazon or other websites, and you can get it and have it delivered straight to your house.
Sure.
You need $15 to take the test, the technician test, and then you need $35 to pay the government their fee.
Cut,
Yeah, they got to hit their cut for a license call sign. Once you do that and spend the less than $30 for this radio, you can talk to either one of these radios and all the repeaters around with that little radio. So it doesn't cost an arm and a leg to get on.
Now this one here is about $200.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a little bit.
A lot of options, a lot of price options.
Yeah. No, it does a lot more than this one right there does. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on the capability. The cheaper you go, the less capable it's going to be. But you can still use it.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, thank you all for being here with us, and I'm sure everybody that's interested in this can get in touch with you all.
Absolutely.
And especially, we know this helps anytime the power goes out or we have an emergency.
We'll be there. Absolutely.
Well, coming up, the Salvation Army